Former Liberal Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould has announced she will not seek re-election. She ran as an independent last time in Vancouver, Granville, after she was expelled from the Liberal caucus after a major fallout with Justin Trudeau over the SNC Lavalin case. The CBC's Janice McGregor is live in Ottawa. Janice.
Yeah, Carol, this was a bit of a jolt, I have to say, this morning, 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast, 9:30 Eastern, when she posted on social media that indeed she was not going to run again, doing so in the form of a 4-page letter. You know, anyone who's kind of followed her political life over the last few years, she often uses a somewhat lengthy and detailed letter to express her views. Today, no different, saying that this was not an easy or quick decision for her to make, but that unlike other people who are telling us these days that they're not going to run again, she isn't leaving to spend more time with her family or to focus on other challenges or pursuits, you know, those cliches that people say on their way out the door, frankly. She says instead that over her last 6 years in politics, she believes she's noticed a change in Parliament. She called it a regression. She said it's become more and more toxic and ineffective and simultaneously marginalizing individuals from certain backgrounds. And she says, in her view, federal politics is a, quote, disgraceful triumph of harmful partisanship over substantive action. Our colleagues at CBC Vancouver reached her first thing this morning. Here's what she told host Stephen Quinn on CBC Radio first thing this morning.
There's still an inherent challenge in terms of the way we govern in this country and in the power of the Prime Minister, which goes very much unchecked, and the power of unelected people in terms of their influence over public policy decisions that are made. These are things that we as a country need to address, and trying to address them, even when I was in cabinet, is incredibly hard.
Now, she said it was just a coincidence that she chose to announce this on a day when the Prime Minister was making his first visit to the Greater Vancouver area, the West Coast, since before the pandemic. A lot of people kind of leaned in, I think, when we heard her level that criticism at the Prime Minister, not that that is new. For her to be criticizing him and his approach to power. But nevertheless, a very interesting choice to say such strong words. I commend the entire letter to people to read on their own. But, you know, her bottom line here, Canadians need to lead our leaders. You know, hard to miss the critique there, Carol.
Any indication of what she'll do next?
Well, in the short term, we know she's got a book coming out in October. I might say an eagerly anticipated book in this town. It's called, quote, Indian, end quote, her word, not mine, in the cabinet. It is a bit of a memoir, a bit of an explanation of her side of the story, what happened when she got into federal politics in 2015. She was asked by Stephen Quinn on CBC Radio if this is it for a political career for her. She says she's not swearing off politics. So that immediately made people wonder, you know, what does she mean by that? There's some rumors out there she might be interested in being mayor of Vancouver at some point. Would she do something else at the provincial level, return to Indigenous politics? Who knows exactly what she might have in mind. But, you know, she did suggest she has other projects she will be announcing shortly. I can tell you, though, people have ambitions for her seat. If it wasn't already on your list of ridings to watch, now that it's open, it is now. It is one the Liberals want back. They've already acclaimed the person who was within 6 points of beating her last time. The NDP, though, wanting to make gains in Greater Vancouver, and the Conservatives, looking at the polls in Vancouver, Granville, those polls were theirs in 2011 before redistribution. So this is going to be a very interesting race to watch.
All right. The CBC's Janice McGregor in Ottawa. Janice, thank you.